Trinity, no? Where are they? How are the Trinity? Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank God every time from this time until that time. More fire.
Paul Hate Switch is visiting Uganda for a great mission to help us, to join us in reviving the Rasta man, the Rasta spirit among the people of Uganda. He's here to tell us the importance and the strength of Africans in redeeming themselves. So he will, among other things, hold a few performances because he's a musician, and he's a musician who does evolutionary reggae music. So over to you, brother Rasta Tall.
All the gold that is mined in South Africa come to London. Why? Is it that we are no good? We are not intelligent enough? The Chinese man run his own affairs. The Indian man have his own affairs. Where's the black man affairs? The Chinese man pray to Buddha. The white man say Jesus Christ. Yeah. And so on. Where is the black man God? So we say, Eli, King Selassie the first. From the lineage of David and Solomon. Menelik the first and Menelik the second. Sheba. Empress Menin. When he took exile from Mussolini and Hitler, he came to Bath in England. The house is still there. He didn't leave a house, he left an estate that still stands there up till this day. And why? When he left it, he said he left it for old people and children who didn't have anywhere to go, because it's one thing about His Majesty. He's very caring about children. They spread a lot of propaganda about him, bad things. But who know the truth shall prevail. And this is what we are fighting against today. The injustice of I and I. When you come into the airport, they want you to lift your crown. I don't lift my crown for no ballad. And a pork eater. You get me? So me's a man when me come through from the day one, I have put my papers in, I make them know so me's a Rasta man. And I don't lift my crown for ballad. So when I come through, I don't lift my crown. Because I don't have nothing to hide. The herbs that they have been fighting against now, the Jewish, so-called Jewish people down in Israel, because where you see those people down there, a black man see me yesterday wearing this and asked me if I'm a Jew. Can you believe that? Ask me if I'm a Jew. A black man in Africa asked me if I'm a Jew. Where the original Jews is from? Ethiopia. The original Jews is from Ethiopia. You go over there, you see them now. So those people down in Israel killing the Palestinians, they ain't Jews. They are synagogues of Satan. They are the same one who are called the Rockefellers. They are the one who spend billions per day to separate black people and to keep us separated. This is why you find that you go around and some people say, oh, I don't like this brother over here, I don't like that brother over there. Why? Because colonial power is spending money to keep some in poverty while they put some on the hills. And we have to be aware of this. If we are not aware of this, what is going to happen to us? We will keep on fighting against each other. So because the Rasta man come together and wants a peace, love and unity, it is a problem. So they fight against us, lock us up for what? Weed? America say he rather plant weed now today than to come in the Middle East and steal oil. Because it's more beneficial. If you go over to Holland, the biggest weed shop is in Holland. But it's the Rastaman business. From day one, it's the Rastaman business. So how is it that you now capitalizing on it today? So I asked the Ugandan government, are you going to allow the Jewish people to come here and grow weed legally? Why the Rast cannot walk in the street and burn a spliff? That's the injustice. And the only way we can fight this is what His Majesty says, organize and centralize. It's the only way. We have to educate ourselves. It's through education we can uplift and fight against colonial power. It's the only thing. Willie Lynch, you ever heard the name Willie Lynch? Willie Lynch is a slave master. When they did not know to control the Africans, the one they sent to Jamaica, they called them the uncontrollable slave because they would not bow. None from the Maroon. Paul Bogle. Yeah, all these people are Africans. Before any slave trade was going on, we used to trade the world. The people they call the Aborigines people that's in Australia that England kill off millions of them. Those are Africans. There was no such place as Middle East and Africa. It was all together. They used the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal and bomb it and separate the world. This is how wicked the colonial power is. Yesterday I was coming in on the flight, and when I was coming in there was a white woman with a black baby. Pains my heart. Not because she don't have love, because I don't know, because Rasta said to love everyone. But what is a white woman doing with a black baby? It is not a black father, so we keep on giving away, just like we give away our kids to these American stars. Let me tell you something. There's 48 million Americans in America, but yet still they can't unite. 48 million black people in America, but yet still they cannot unite. Isn't that ironic? So these are the things we have to analyze and come together, because it's us as Rasta that lay the foundation for these people to follow. Everyone wants to be a vegetarian. Everyone wants to be a vegan. Everyone wants to start use herbs. Where did they get that from? The Rastaman. From ancient time, the Rastaman has been telling them. We don't have to kill an animal to eat for our belly to be filled. No. Look at the elephant, how big it is. Never eat a piece of meat a day in our life. God says He give us the herbs for food and medicine. Every one of these pharmacies that you see around here, you go in there, when they give you antibiotics, 50% of it is consist of what? Garlic. Garlic, did you know that?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, if you open the bottle and you smell garlic. Very powerful medicine. They talk about cancer in the West now. Every time you turn around, some black people is dying from cancer. Why? When I come to the airport yesterday, they say, oh, you need injection. I say, for what? You coming into Uganda and we have Ebola. Where did Ebola come from? The white man bring it here. Just like AIDS, where did it come from? The white man bring it here. Why? To kill the Africans so he can take the land. That's their intention. This is why they bring it to the South African mind, and while the kings were away from their wives, they give these female the injection, and this is why AIDS is in Africa. But while they put it in Africa, it's right there in Europe knocking on their door today. Okay? So we have to be aware, very aware about these people. These people are not nice. They are very wicked people. And the sooner we realize that, the better off we will be. I'm not saying to run them away. I'm not saying to kill them, because we don't incite violence as Rasta. Yes, if we have to be the buffalo soldiers, we will. But we do not incite violence. We are peaceful, loving people. But what are we saying? We need equal rights and justice for I and I people. And that's what we're fighting for. We'll shed our last blood for it. Equal rights and justice for us. Look at Africa continent. Look how big it is. In the Congos, the mobile phone we're using today and all the tablets, do you know that the mineral come from the Congos?
Yeah, man.
So why is it Africa is starving? The government that negotiate with these Western leaders do not have the people's interest at all.
True.
All they want to do is line their pockets. So why that's why Rasta don't vote.
Yes, sir.
We don't have government. We want a Rasta government. Because that's the only way we're going to see peace. That's the only way we're going to see equal rights. That's the only way we're going to find justice. In the 21st century here, Babylon outer road, a whole Rasta cut off them locks. You mad? Under the banner of colonialism? No. So if we have to organize with paperwork, I can go to Zaraya Cup in Ethiopia, His Majesty's grandson. If the government here need a letter of approval.
Do that, Raj.
But it's time we stop operate on the colonial platform.
Understand?
The Chinaman coming over here to buy land. Why? What do you want here?
Tell them.
Isn't China big enough for you? You send the black man coming over there to buy land?
No.
Everybody want a piece of Africa.
Africa.
And this is why we need to stop running. I'm not saying if you get a visa and can go over there and take something back from them, then fine, don't stay there. Because they don't like us. They want everything for you, but they don't want you.
Understand? Yes, sir.
Do you know today, while the European Union come together, Marcus Garvey said there will be a time when every nation have to find its own origin.
Yes, sir.
Until Marcus Garvey is the one who opened the black man's eyes. When the white man used to come here, he bring us to Europe and put us in cage like monkeys. And people used to joke us with sticks and throw things to us like animals. This haven't changed. It's just a different format. They don't like us.
That's changed.
We are valued more today dead than alive. And why is that? Organ donors. When you hear about people dying in Africa, it's not just simple as that. The white man come here, he comes for an heart, he comes for a kidney, he comes for a liver. Organ is more valuable today. You are worth 4.2 million US dollars dead than alive. We have to be aware of these things, my brother. We have to take note and be observant of these people when they come here. They have their secret agendas and they will come to the community. And so, I love you. You are the best. And give you all these good words. Some will come with money. Just like when they were going to destabilize the Middle East. What you think they went there? America sent one container load of money there to destabilize the Middle East. They killed Saddam Hussein. Yeah, they killed Bin Laden. They killed Gaddafi. The only person they haven't killed yet is what's his name from Syria. And you know why is that?
Assad.
You know why they haven't killed him yet? Because Russia is behind it. Which is communism. It is communism why Jamaican get to read. The white man did not want us to read. Because Willie Lynn said if you want to hide something from a black man, hide it into a book. How serious is that? And tell us we come from monkeys and apes. We did not have any existence. That's what they told us when they brought us to the West. We have no existence. It was Marcus Garvey who met His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I at Oxford University. He came back and he said, look to the east. for the coming of a black king. His Majesty came to Jamaica. When he came to Jamaica, he said, you people are direct descendants of Solomon and David.
Yes, I am.
So we have to educate ourselves. That's what, when His Majesty was in power before Mengistu betrayed, schools, libraries, let's educate ourselves. The only way you can defeat the white man is through education. Mandela knew that. A lot of people hated Mandela when he came from prison. Oh, he's just another puppet. No, he was a very clever man. Very clever man. Because he said if you want to win the white man over, you play rugby and you play football. Because it's their daily meal. Where do they get these games from? They didn't invent these games. They come to Africa and see these games. And take it back to Europe and capitalize on it because they have the money. Capitalism is dangerous. That thing you see called money. This is why the Ugandan shilling is so low. Sanctions. Mugabe. One of the most intelligent, the third most intelligent leader in the world. You see what they did to his country?
Yeah, man.
When the white man want to destabilize a country, he come to the poor and he give them something for a day. They're not thinking long term. All they're thinking about is just get their pot on the fire for that day. We as Africans, we need to see long term, not short term. You have to prepare for the generation to come. Our youths, as fathers, when we get our youths, do not run away from them. If it's one dumpling or one piece of cassava, share it. Let everyone get a piece and we drink water and go to bed. Do not give the white man your kids.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man,
no good for us. And that's what I see have been happening. Lot of these white people come to Africa talk about charity. Africa don't need charity. We don't need no fundraisers. We have enough wealth.
Yep.
But what they do, they come here and they manipulate our minds.
So, yeah.
And while they have us looking one direction, they are taking. We have to stop this. And the only way we can stop this is through awareness.
Through education.
We have to educate our people. His Majesty said education, education, education. My kind of music don't reach #1 in Europe because it's revolutionary. Even today, Jamaica is not gravitating towards reggae music. It's the white man now who call himself a hippie. So he get wax and twine up his ear and talk about he's a Rasta. He's no Rasta.
You understand?
He's no Rasta.
You understand?
But he's looking something to teeth. Just like the rest of them. So he's a wolf in sheep clothing. If he comes here and he have good intentions and he show you that he have good intention, you still observe him, never trust him because our ancestors trusted them.
Understand?
And what did they do? What did they do? They bring ships in, treat us like dogs, worse than dogs. Because in Europe now they love more dogs than they love us. The dogs can sleep in their bed, can eat off their plates, but we cannot. We have to get strong and evolve as a people, and the only way we can do that is through education, my brother. Their modern technology, they borrow it from here. It's just a limited few who have access to it. Why? Because it's information. And the more information you get, the more clever you become. Then you will evolve. They don't want that. They want to always keep us down here. This is why when they see your face and it's not clean shaved, they don't like you. Because you're going against a system that they created.
Yeah.
When them see the knots on your head, they don't like you.
Yeah, you understand?
Because you are going the opposite direction from where they are going. But we're not going to let that deter us. We're not going to let that stop us. We are unstoppable. By any means necessary, Malcolm X says. By any means necessary, freedom we demand. And freedom we shall get.
Yes, sir.
If it is our last shed of blood, freedom, because it will be for our kids to come. So now is the time. Just like Marcus Garvey said, let's see who is ready to die for freedom. Who is ready to die for freedom? For freedom of our people. They have killed many. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Rosa Parks, Nanny from the Maroons, Koponko, the whole of them. And so they kill us, so we rise. We tend to use this word, charity, which is another colonial issue. Africa don't need charity. What we need is freedom. Freedom from the chokehold of colonialism. Africa produces enough wealth for itself. If you look into South Africa, one of the biggest gold mines in the world is in South Africa. Who run it? The white man, the Englishman. Whether it's Queen Elizabeth or the Duke or whichever one of them. When the gold is mined in South Africa, it goes to England. Why not Africa? Why is it that Africans and Africa cannot benefit from this? Because the people who process this gold make sure the machine is in Europe. Just like the diamonds that they're killing the people for in Darfur, just like the Rwandan genocide. These people are very evil people. And I'm here to make my people aware of the fact that we have been played for a fool for a very long time. And it's now time for it to stop. It's time for us to unite as a people and tell your government they must stop lining their own pockets and think about the interests of the people. We don't need to look to the West for nothing. We can trade with them. We can always trade with them. We can do business with Europe. We can do business with China. We can do business with anyone around the world. But the negotiation of the business has to be correct. The percentage, the main percentage of the business need to stay in Africa to build this infrastructure. For far too long. Look how many black people is dying trying to reach to Europe. Why? Why are we leaving such beautiful place to go in the sea with our families and die? It's sad. And most of these ships, they're not deliberately sinking. These Europeans are sinking them because they don't want us there. I can show you many documentaries with Africans in the desert have to be hiding from these white men. This colonial power. We don't need that. We need to remain here and build our own country. And the only way we can do that is to unite.
Yes, sir.
And our governments have to stop thinking about themselves.
Yes, sir.
We are not politicians. Rastas are not politicians.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are a people who are from the lineage of King Solomon, David, and Sheba. Menelik the first, Menelik the second, Empress Menin. No king, no crown without no queen.
Yes, sir.
So when we're going to talk about certain things like the gayism that they're trying to so impose on Africa up to today, we don't need it. Because that is not fulfilling God's plan. No man and man can build creation. It takes a woman and a man to build creation. So I am here to tell my people, the African people, Whether it's Nigeria, Ghana, Rwanda, Soweto, wherever in Africa you are, we have to educate ourselves, because the white man say if you want to hide something from a black man, hide it into a book. So on that note, we have to educate ourselves. Some of the most intelligent people in the world, the computer that has been built, it's a black man that did. Rastas are some of the more hard-working people on the face of the earth. You give a Rasta man work to do, I can guarantee you, without the shadow of a doubt, he'll do a better job than any one of them all. If you want to bring down a people, what do? You spread propaganda.
Yes, sir.
And people are very afraid of the unknown. Okay?
Yeah!
So, the only way the government or whosoever here can have bad things to say or put bad things in the mind of the people here is to say bad things about them. I can guarantee you, after I leave here, and I will be back, I can guarantee you the Rastas will be different. Because I'm going to find out who is a tailor, who is a carpenter, who is a builder, and if there are none, I'll make them.
Yes, sir.
Because what it is, the government, ask the government here, did he build a school for the Rastas to educate themselves? No, he did not. I can guarantee you as well, he did not bring books to them and say, learn how to read and write.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Because he don't want that.
Yeah.
He don't want that. What they want is to keep them down. And how do you keep a people down? Uneducated people. Because if you are not educated towards a system that you're governed under, you will be easily manipulated. Even right now, the colonial power is manipulating Africa as we speak. Look at the shilling, for instance. Why is the shilling so low? Is it that Uganda don't produce nothing? We have to analyze these things. They got a supermarket in England called Marks and Spencer. Their food used to come directly from Zimbabwe every day, flown on a plane to England. It's the most expensive food in England to buy.
You understand?
The most expensive supermarket, Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's, their food comes right out of Africa. So why is it that I tell you, just take the time out and look and observe these people. From BP, that is mining the oil in Nigeria, they are white.